This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
What's going on? I am School Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
And this is the Viewers Anonymous podcast, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on with you, bro? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling all right, man. Feeling pretty good. You know, just excited about this episode. Definitely excited about the next one. Like I said, hey, I've been thinking about this all day. Dude, people do not understand like how excited I am as soon as we get done with this to watch this. Yeah. This is something I've been looking forward to, I know, for like 12 years, my guy. Yeah. Like ever since I even figured out who this person was. But anyway, look, before I get started.
Hey, I don't think we should do a trailer for the next one, bro. We might as well just come out and talk about that one. Cause ain't no holding back from that, bro. We just gotta be upfront with that one, bro.
All right. We can definitely do that, man. We can definitely do that. But
we gotta.
But man, look, man. Before we get started, man, like, look, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Jumping on the 200 episode, man, of the Stolen Time podcast, sure, man. It was it turned out to be great, man. Like it worked out good. You know, I gave everybody, you know, their time slots. Everybody came in. Everybody participated. It turned out to be a fire episode, and I'm just like, dude, I am so much like in gratitude to everybody that came on. It's like everybody contributed a part. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had nothing but nice and kind words, man. It was just a great feeling, man. It felt like an accomplishment, you know, to get to 200 episodes and to have people that you feel, you know what I'm saying, near and dear to you for everybody, for it to even work out, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody got their life going on, everybody got different schedules, and for everybody to be like, yo, let me put aside, you know, 15, 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying, for the boy and jump on the pod, man. That was truly great, man. So I appreciate you, I appreciate Casey, Sinclair, and Jamal for jumping on that pod with me, man.
Hey, man, no problem, bro. You know, I'm gonna do whatever I can, man. But I'm gonna tell you what. That came out amazing. I listened back to it, and that was a great sequence, bro. Like to you know what I'm saying, to start out with me was good because you know what I'm saying, like I ain't bring too much energy into it. You know what I'm saying? Casey came in, he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? And Sinclair did his thing, but then Jamar set the tone. He pretty much was like the perfect person to go out on. Like he carried that energy and like he released everything, you know what I'm saying? Like that, it was fire, man. And then, you know, the dope part was, you know, like you had said toward the end, you know what I'm saying, this is actually a chance for, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Washington to be able to see some of us that he didn't, you know, that he haven't seen before. So I thought that was super cool too. You know what I'm saying? He finally get to put names, faces to voices. So yeah, man, you know, it was a pleasure to be on there. 200 episodes is not an easy feat. So, yeah, y'all deserve all the flowers, man.
All right, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. But how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I think I'm gonna do an isolated society tomorrow. I'm trying to talk to some people, see if they got some free time to, you know what I'm saying, hop on. For those who don't know, Isolated Society is my late night sports show. I just, you know, right now I'm just doing it willy-nilly until I can get a consistent group of people. But yeah, man, you know, JJ Watt, you know how that story go. The County Twins, you know, it's a lot going on in the sports world. So I'm trying to come up with, I got a few right now that I want to talk about. But yeah, definitely tomorrow night I want to see if I can get enough people to jump on and see if we can get this little discussion going, man. I've been working on some new graphics, so I think I'm gonna do an Isolated Society tomorrow night.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. We gotta, you know, like the thing that I think that some people don't really understand about podcasting is like sometimes, that there could be a story or something to click where it's just like, dude, I got to get my opinion out on this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, and that's why I say like the 28 minutes or less, like that really gives me that space to just, I always say it, I should have named it spur of the moment, because like that's what it is a lot of the time. It's just like the spur of the moment. It's just like I got to get these thoughts out of my head. And like the perfect example was I got two great ones. Like one time I was listening to Joe Rogan, and he had Oliver Stone on, and Oliver Stone was just talking about like the filming of Platoon. And I was like, Platoon is my favorite like war movie. So I was just like, boom, top 5 war movies of all time. And then I came on and just knocked it out. And then the other one was I was listening to Dan Levitar's show, and they said that they were talking about how Smoking Aces was a terrible movie. And I was like, man, you out your damn mind. I was like, I love Smoking Aces.
With that.
Yeah, and I came home and did a whole episode on Smoking Aces. So it's like it gives you that space to like really, instead of just calling somebody and having a conversation, like it really gives you that space to just really get something off your mind. And like especially like what we do with this, it's just I've been so much of a movie fan like all my life, and just like this podcast gives me that feeling of like you go to the movies, and then like you go to the movies with whether it's a girl or your cousin or your brother, anything like that, and like soon as you walk out that theater, what you doing? You talking about the movie that you just saw.
That's the
and
first
like
thing
that's
what your favorite part.
Yeah. Exactly. Like that's the feeling I get when we doing this podcast. It's like I finally got the chance to really say all the things that I wanted to say about a film, and this gives me that space to do that.
That's dope, man. Like for me, I think this is this podcast for me personally is fun because we get a chance to talk about like, not just the new movies, but we get a chance to talk about past movies. We get a chance to talk about classic movies. We get a chance to talk about, TV shows. Like, I think it's just dope because we don't just talk about the movie. We also, get into things that revolve around it. So it's like stuff that I see in the movie that I try to explain to somebody, and they'll be like, man, I ain't see all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Here, I don't got to worry about that because, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you didn't see it, you'll be like, well, man, I had to go check that out. And then maybe, later on down the line, we had a conversation about it or vice versa. Like, you might hit me with some stuff that I didn't even think of before. Like, damn, maybe I got to go back and watch that. So it's just like, it's just, for me, it just brings that excitement back, about the movies that we've seen. Even the ones, like, even when we did the top 5 worst movies, like, I had to laugh at myself because it's like, man, I think I'm going to go watch a few of these, when it's all said and done. I watched like 1 or 2 of them. So, like, it just give you that, that feeling of going back, man, chilling and relaxing, taking some time to yourself, taking some self-care and, laying your shoulders down and getting that self-time, that time to yourself to watch a movie, and, enjoy yourself, get a laugh or two, or, I don't know, scare yourself shitless watching a horror movie or something, just anything, you know what I mean? Like, this is what this is for, like, because, we say we review movies, but we don't really review them. We more so just, like, I guess you say we kind of, like, analyze them, you know what I'm saying? Or we just, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, but it's fun to do, man. I was nervous because I don't think I've told you this. Like, I was nervous initially going into a niche podcast because, it's so many different lanes that you can put a podcast in nowadays. So to do one about movies, and then, it's not a lot of them out there that's, at that level. So I was just like, man, when I hit you up, the reason I hit you up because I'm like, I know this dude can talk movies. I know this dude can, he can go on and on and on from memory about, certain movies and stuff like that. Like, that's the kind of energy I need. So when we came together and then we finally started doing it, I was like, oh shit, this might work. Like, I'm like, yo, this shit might work. So So far, so good, man. We've been rolling. I'm happy, you know what I'm saying, that we doing this shit, bro. But yeah, man. Outside of that, I know you said like it gives you that time to, really just get your thoughts out. For me, it's not necessarily getting out my thoughts. It's just I have certain ideas that I mean, like for me, the whole podcast thing, especially like live streaming and everything, I like the production factor of it. I like putting together certain people. I like putting certain people in that conversation and letting them, have those conversations. I like having conversations with certain people. So for me, it's more so like producing producing certain situations, um, getting those conversations that you probably wouldn't hear on a regular basis, or you wouldn't think to hear from certain people. So for me, that's more so what it is. Like the idea that I have for it and the vision that I have for it is a lot bigger than what I could possibly put together. But it's always usually on point.
Oh yeah, and I totally agree, man. I feel the same way. The feeling is mutual. Like it's just like these podcasts they get so fun because like our view on movies sometimes like a lot of the times we have a lot of the same stuff, but like
Yeah.
sometimes we just interpret stuff a little different sometimes. And like
Mm-hmm.
that be the great thing because it'd be like, yo, I didn't even notice that.
Yep.
Or when I saw that scene, I thought of it this way. And it's like
Yeah.
you opened me up to what I'm saying, a new view of
Mm-hmm.
how to interpret, saying what I saw. So
Yeah.
that's the great thing. And then also, like you said, like this space, as far as like, I mean, maybe there are, and like it's just that we're not really in that lane. But like,
Right.
I always bring up like, the rewatchables. Like that's the
Mm-hmm.
only movie review thing that I follow. And then like Andrew and them used to do Western Bros. But
Yeah.
like but then you got people who does podcasts on just a show. Like there was one on Insecure, there was one on Lovecraft Country.
Yep.
And it's like once that show is over, they're like pretty much done. Like they're
Yeah.
not moving
It's
to
they
another
tapping
show.
out. Right.
Yeah. And then, you look at like they do things like, Monster where they'll just take like that's not even really a show. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think what we do, I think it's very unique and like
Mm-hmm.
I think all we really need is, what I'm saying, that right ear. And not to
Yeah.
diminish anybody that listen to us. Like I appreciate everybody that listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
I was just meaning like,
100%.
as far as like, maybe, an opportunity that could, arise
Yeah.
in the future or
Yeah. I know
whatever. It's
exactly what you
like
mean.
that's what I meant by that one ear. But and then I like to entertain people, man. Cause sometimes like you'll say some shit and that shit be fucking hilarious, but it be like that's why like I try to use the like when I put up a clip today of
Yeah.
what was that damn my mind is so bad, dude. um the fuck we do that? Oh, Law Abiding Citizen. And like
Yeah.
just the way he took my man when he got stabbed in the with the with the
Oh
sport,
man.
like
Yeah, man. That shit was
just your
great.
energy, just your energy on that, like you were so fucking excited, and I was like,
Yo,
man,
cause it was just so crazy. Like this nigga finished the T-bone, bro, and like put that shit between his fingers and just started just going ham on my man. I was like, yo, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Like you just had this nigga. Like why you even waste giving this nigga the food? That was stupid. But it is what it is, man. It's just, certain moments, man, you just gotta, you gotta have those moments. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The way I look at our podcast is um, if you ever had that, you know how they used to have those old VHS tape racks. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it'd be like 2 or 3 rows, and it's just nothing but old ass movies or Disney movie, whatever. That's how I look at our podcast. Like our podcast is like that VHS tape rack. Like you can pick and choose whatever you want. It ain't like if you listen to one episode, you're gonna miss whatever else happened. You'll find something on there that you like. Hopefully you continue to go through the catalog, but if not, it's cool. Shout out to everybody that's going back and listening. Outcry is up to like 115 now. You know what I'm saying? We still getting numbers on Outcry, and to me, I feel like that's our best episode to date. I think the way we did that was amazing. I think that everything we doing so far, man, I think we booming. I think we got a lot of good stuff coming up very soon. The work we putting in is we doing our thing, man. So I'm just happy to be doing this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I would say, I personally feel like
Mm-hmm.
the OJ Made in America was our best one. I feel like
That's our second
like
best one too.
like I feel like that, like our energy, like just the way we did that shit. I felt like that shit was
Yeah,
just so good. But
yeah,
then
that's
like,
crazy.
but I gotta say this before we get into the movie, yo. Like, yo, I'm still on that line you said when we were talking about the faculty, and you said they turned into the Monstars. Yo,
They did, man. Them niggas did turn into the Monstars. You see them
yo,
niggas? He clothesline dude did a 450 spin in the air. I'm like, who the fuck is playing football like this in high school, bro?
hey,
Like nobody's doing this shit. Hell no, man.
oh man,
That shit
that
was
was so
crazy,
dope.
bro. That shit was
That was
crazy,
so
man.
dope.
But all right, man, we're gonna go ahead and get into our movie. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a special edition of Viewers Anonymous, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing the Valentines edition. Hopefully, I said that right. Sometimes I say times, but forgive me. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? We doing this one is for the lover and you, man. We doing the Valentine's edition of Viewers Anonymous, man. That's right. We got the movie Brown Sugar, man. This is a 2002 classic. Hell of a cast. As you can see on the screen, if you're watching, you can see some of the people. We playing the trailer for the people that's not watching and you just listening. We definitely got Tay Diggs, Sanaa Lathan. They call him Yasin Bey, but we know him as Mos Def. Nicole Ari Parker, Boris Kojo, Queen Latifah, Wendell Pierce. Who else is in this movie, man? Angie Martinez was in this movie.
Oh, that was a bunch of.
Sterling K. Brown was in this movie.
It was a lot of special appearances of people being themselves.
Yeah, Big Daddy Kane, The Roots, Cool G Rap. Shout out to Cool G Rap, man. Let's see. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but the chick that played Sid's assistant in L.A., she fine, so salute to her. Dougie Fresh was in here. Dougie Fresh,
Dougie
Slick Rick,
Fresh, Slick Rick,
yeah,
yeah.
Dana Dane, Jermaine
Uh,
Dupri, Pete Rock, De La Soul, Kamora Lee Simmons, Russell Simmons, Benny Siegel, Talib Kweli, Common. Oh my God, this
Fabulous.
is ridiculous. Yeah, Fab, Method Man. Wow, that's a hell of a cast, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing. This movie, before we really get into it though, this movie was nominated 18 times, got 2 W's, had had 4 BET Award nominations. The only person to win was Queen Latifah for Best Actress, but there was also Sanaa Lathan and Nicole Ari Parker in that category. Yasin Bey, or Most Def, I'm sorry, was actually nominated for Best Actor. And let me see, they got a Grammy nomination for Love of My Life. Shout out to Erykah Badu. Shout out to Common.
Yo, well, that's one of my favorite Erykah Badu songs.
What?
Yes, I love
I
that
love that
song.
video. That video was amazing.
It was dope.
That video was amazing. And then for the NAACP Image Awards, um, Outstanding Supporting Actress, Queen Latifah, Nicole Ari Parker. Outstanding Supporting Actor, Most Def, Boris Kojo. Outstanding Actress, Sanaa Lathan. And, of course, Outstanding Actor, Tay Diggs. And they also got one for Outstanding Motion Picture. And they got a Teen Choice Award nomination for the Best Kiss in the movie and Best Movie Chemistry and Best Breakout Star for Mos Def. So yeah, man, this was a woo, this was some
Dude,
fire, man.
not only that, budget 8 mil.
Yeah,
They dude, listen to me. They made 20 million. They made 20,300,000. That's the accumulated
they
gross.
made what? They made
23
what?
no 20,300,000. That's the
Wow.
accumulated gross out of an $8 million budget, dude. They damn came out and they, even opening weekend, they made 2 more million on opening weekend. You know what I'm
And that's
saying?
listen, man.
So
This movie is um. I remember when this movie first came out, and my mom was watching it, right? And as she was watching it, I had seen Mos Def, and I'm a huge Mos Def fan. Mos Def is one of my top 5 favorite rappers. So I see Mos
oh,
Def, and I'm like, what is he doing in the movie? And so I sit down with my mom and I'm watching it, right? So, get to watching it. It was a great movie. And then as I got older, they played on BET, all that kind of stuff. So it was one of those ones that I continued to watch. Um, I always thought it was funny because I called it the hip hop version of Best Man. To me, that's always the way I looked at it. But it's a great love story. It's a great love story. It's a love story about people who grew up in the '80s and falling in love with hip hop, and then it's a love story about two friends, and this was put together I think it was put together in a way that if you didn't pay attention to the movie, you wouldn't know what either one was talking about because they blended so well. I think you had said something about it. What was you saying about it? About the comparison?
I was just saying that they throughout the movie she's narrating her book. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so she compared love with hip hop and rap.
Mhm.
And she was like, I'm in love with hip hop, but I
Mhm.
love rap.
Right.
So, and it's like, and I feel like, and what I brought to you was, I was like, yo, I was like, shit, I've been in rap for a good minute. Like it's been, it's been
Yeah.
a lot of rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not too much
Freestyling,
hip
trap,
hop.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Freestyling, trap, mumble rap, all that, bro. All that. Like, man, I
Nostalgic rap.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying. I think it's funny, man. Just watching first and foremost, watching the chemistry between Tay Diggs and Sanaa Lathan. The way that they made that happen, like that awkward sexual tension between the male and the female friend, like that was perfect. Like you could tell, like, okay, they supposed to be together. Why are they not making this happen? Why is he not putting that move on Sanaa Lathan for himself? Why is he not all over her like butter on the biscuit? That's what I wanted to know through the movie. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to know, why are you not on Sanaa Lathan for himself? And then I realized he was messing around with Nicole Ari Parker, and I was like, oh, okay, respect.
Yeah, but then you got to remember, like he did try to get with her, and she
Yeah,
told him no.
yeah,
After college, she was just like, people break up and they don't stay the friends that they were. So I
right.
get that, man. That's one of those things about should you date your best friend type thing, because
Mm-hmm.
that is the dude, like being in love and being either friends with a female, like it seems like it can be very complicated. I never had like a straight up like homegirl, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's like, if there is sexual tension there, it's like, yo, should we go through with this? Because it's like, because like she said, what if it don't work out and then you break up?
Yeah.
Some people can actually be better off as friends, and then there's some
Mm-hmm.
people who, you know what I'm saying, the tension is so strong, y'all can't really work it out, and then
Yeah.
jealousy gets involved and all of this stuff. So that's one of those lines that it seems like it's a very tough line to cross, because it's like sometimes you could be made for somebody and you go ahead and you cross that line, but then
Yeah,
sometimes it's like, yo, I don't want our friendship to get complicated with if we were to break up. Like,
right.
do we how can we still be those friends after the fact of us having sex? Let's say you're in a relationship for 5 years and y'all just realize, yo, we better off as friends. What happened when one of them finds somebody else? Are you gonna be jealous? Are y'all still gonna be tight? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's a dangerous game, man. Listen, I've had a few female friends. I still got a few, but I've had a few female friends that we've had that tension. You know what I mean? Like it was times where it was like, people thought that we were together. People would believe like that was, what I'm saying, like my girlfriend, or I was her boyfriend or whatever. But it's like you become so you become so comfortable with a person, certain things don't, it's like those lines get kind of blurred. You know what I mean? Like if I was like I've been to like female friends barbecues, and like she'd be making me a plate, and then like people be looking like, that's your boyfriend. She'd be like, nah, that's my friend. And they'd be like, what you know how that is, like, what you doing making him a plate? Get
Yeah,
up and make his own plate. But you know what I'm saying, like that's just, what I'm saying, like just us being friends, just being nice. But those lines can get, so like you said, those lines can be blurred. But at the same time, I think that I think between the two people, you kind of know whether or not you should go through with it. You kind of know whether or not if y'all should move, take that next step, or kind of stay where you at. Because for some people, I think you end up getting in that lane of, now that we boyfriend and girlfriend, we can't make the same jokes, or, now that we boyfriend and girlfriend, I can't respond the same way that I would if we was just friends, or, like things kind of change, or, you know, um, now that we together, I can't really continue being friends with the other girls I was friends with, because I don't want you to feel jealous, or what I'm saying, like stuff like that. Like things kind of, get misconstrued, things change up. And then also feelings and emotions change too. You don't feel the same way about that person that you felt when y'all was just friends. Now it's a weight to it now. Now it's like it's a little bit more investment in there, compared to just, y'all just being friends or whatever. Now it's like you really got to be there for this person if something happens, or if I don't know, when y'all celebrating, you got to make sure that this person is going to be there with you, or that person has to be there for you if y'all going to celebrate or anything like that. Like during those special events in your life, like y'all got to be together. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, those lines are definitely blurred, bro.
man. Just like John Legend said, man, on my favorite John Legend CD is Evolver. And he
Mm-hmm.
got a song called Cross the Line. He was like, you
Mm-hmm.
be my best friend. Time to take this to bed then. Tonight's tonight to cross the line. Let me love you tonight. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
like, damn, it's like, do you really do it? You know what I'm saying? Because like you hear the saying of, oh, well, I married my best friend. And then you thinking
Right.
like, okay, are they really your best friend, or is just somebody that you love and y'all are friends? Is there someone
Mm-hmm.
else that like the one scene where Sid went to the bridal shower thing or whatever, and
Yeah.
like they was playing this game, and like she was saying all the answers, and they was like,
She
well,
was
Sid can't play
killing
this game no more. And
her.
then
Like she was killing her.
she was killing her, and like she was like, that's the dude that really that moment uh for Reese had to be
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, like I get y'all are friends, but like, damn, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know literally everything about this man. And it's
Yeah.
like being the other person that has to be a complicated position to be in, because another scene that was the one thing though, come on. All right, I get you've been friends at 10 years old.
Right.
Now, Sanaa Lathan being who she is, you can't be answering the phone just calling me baby like that. Like, come on. Like, nah, like this. See, it was
But
like she kind of
see, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. Like once y'all okay, like so once you get a girlfriend now, you know what I'm saying, and you gotta establish your female friend now. You know what I'm saying? Because that could be a detrimental situation. You know, what if Reese picked up the phone and she was like, "Baby"? That's
exactly,
dangerous.
and
That's
and yeah,
dangerous.
it's very dangerous. And then like even the scene where oh, which part was it? The When he decided to finally quit Millennium Records, he needed to, dog. Yo, Ren and 10, yo, the hip hop Dalmatians, my God. Like,
The hip hop
the
Millie
whole is
Vanilli.
mine.
The hip
Hey,
hop Millie Vanilli. Get them niggas out of
yo,
here.
hey, I'm sorry. I ain't even gonna lie. Hey, but when they was ad-libbing at the beginning, that shit was kind of dope, man.
Didn't that
Hey,
nigga
how they
have
was
on like
copying.
a didn't he have on like a suede Kango or something like that with a do-rag up
Yeah,
under? I'm like, man,
yeah.
who dressed these niggas? Where's the stylist at? Get that shit off of these niggas,
Hey,
man. That shit was stupid.
hey, that shit was hilarious, but
And he
that
had
was.
the chunky sideburns, man.
Hey, he said I'm first in line. Hey, oh
Yo.
man, that shit was
And
so funny.
that's a trash label name. Millennium Records, trash. You know they ain't
Yeah.
selling nothing. You
Oh
ain't
yeah.
selling nothing.
so he finally can't take the shit no more. So Drake quit
Yeah.
and he goes straight to Sid. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And that's like you're married now. Like Reese had a great point of saying like, yo, you can't make a life changing decision like this without consulting with me. But then she finds out not only did he go to Sid first, but Sid gave him money to start his own label. And
Mm.
then it's kind of like you are this person's mate. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you went to your best friend first. After she seen what happened at the bridal shower thing. And don't forget about the wedding. Her
Yeah.
and Queen Latifah was sitting there. She's like, man, won't you say something? She was like, shh. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Shut
It's
up.
like,
Shut up. Be quiet.
you know what
They
I'm
got
saying?
the
It's like,
little pity pat fight.
yeah, and it's like there's so many little signs there, and it's like, yo, like, can I really, really deal with this friend like this?
Okay. Okay. As a married man, right? I understand what Reese was saying. Get that out the way. I feel her. As a man, Reese need to chill, bro. She just gotta chill. Like, I'm going to my friend because I know that if I come to my wife, it's going to be a conversation that I just really don't want to have right now. I just made possibly one of the biggest mistakes that I ever could have made. I'm going to somebody that I know is not going to question me, somebody that I know is going to always have my back. I don't have to worry about the future right now. I don't have to worry about none of that. I just want to get this shit off my chest, talk real quick, and then I'll go talk to my wife. Then I'll go deal with that situation. But for right now, I just need somebody who I know is going to be in my corner no matter what. So you know what I'm saying? Like I understood what he did when he went to go talk to Sid. Like I got that. Like I understood that 100%. Like who the relationship that he had with Reese, that relationship wasn't nowhere near as good as it was with Sid. Like what did he have in common with Reese for real? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you could tell like she ain't even really seem like she liked hip hop music.
No, seen my ass. She didn't. She
That's what
didn't.
I'm saying.
She
Like
she didn't even get it. But
exactly.
she was supportive when Sid had the interview with with Kelby, and they walked in
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, Sid, what's up, and they were like, we out celebrating, and then Ren and Sid come up, and she was like, they're gonna be dope, Sid, they're gonna be dope. Like no the fuck they ain't, and
That's how
it
you
was
know she don't know
trash.
shit. That's when he should have broke up with her right then and there. That's it. No, you like these niggas? Nah, we can't do this.
Hey, she was just being supportive, man. She was being supportive.
Nah, she wasn't being supportive. She
But
really thought they
but
was dope.
yeah, but you're so right because like Sid understood like what he wanted as
Yeah.
far as hip hop and what he expected, and she afforded him that opportunity to follow that dream that he wanted to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Reese don't get it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like that's just like you know what I'm saying. Look, we're talking about podcasting. Like okay, let's talk about podcasts for a second. Like
Mm-hmm.
like my girl right now, like she don't get it because she don't enjoy podcasts like I do. So it's like
Same
for
here.
me to put in the like, you know what I'm saying the time and the effort that I put into it, like she don't understand, and it's like you know, and I try to explain it to her, and like I even like play her like some stuff like from other podcasts, I'm like yo like this and that, and it's just like she's like well you know whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I mean you know what I'm saying. We ain't in love with no bullshit like that. But
Yeah.
like I can go to you with some podcast shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I can get that shit off. It just so
I'm
happens
sorry,
that
time out. I'm sorry. Hey, I feel slow. That shit just registered what the hell you was talking about. Yeah, we definitely not in love. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That's
yeah.
funny. Damn. That one went over
hey,
my head, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. That shit is hilarious. Yeah, we definitely not in
hey,
love.
it took you a second.
Took
Oh
me
man.
a little minute. That was funny
But no, I was just saying that like the person that he was able to go to get
though.
that conversation off to, I'm just saying like it's great to have that person, but then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I get Reese point, like I get all parties point of view. I get Sid's point of view, Reese, and I get Dre's because
Yeah.
Reese just did not understand that world. You know what I'm saying? Even there was
Mm-hmm.
a situation where him and Sid went and he got like, you know what I'm saying, a hot dog. He was like, yo, I love these bad boys. And he was like,
Yeah.
I haven't had one of these since I've been with Reese. And it's like, right there. That should tell you,
Mm-hmm.
like right there. He was like, she always want to go to a restaurant with white tables and shit. And he's
Yeah.
like, yo, I grew up here in the Bronx or Brooklyn or whatever. Like, I just like getting a hot dog from a hot dog stand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
like, he was saying situations where he was like, he would just buy shit when he couldn't even really afford it. So he was
Mm-hmm.
trying to be another. Reese was never his mate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that wedding
Right.
never should have happened. But it's also kind of difficult, like just really having a friend that is that supportive. And like another scene when Kelby proposed to her and that was at the party. Oh man, he said he was talking. He was talking to Cass. And he was like,
Yeah.
"Yo," he was like, "I'm trying to be a rapper." He was like, he said, he said, "Pop the ring. I got marriage on my menu."
That's hilarious.
Hey,
That's
that
hilarious.
shit was so funny. Listen though, hold on. We can get back to love in a second. Yo,
Yeah.
Most Def was he was the comic relief in this movie.
Hilarious.
Yo, it was so funny. He got all the best shit in this movie.
Yep.
Like he was telling Dre how he wanted to holler at Francine or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
he was like, yo, like, what's up with her? He was like, man, if you scared, say you scared. He was like, yo, I'm not scared. He was like, he said, I'm not. He said, I'm not in the gym every day like you. That shit was
Hey man, listen.
like,
Most Def is his comedic style is his comedic styling is very underrated, bro. Like, um, I watched please, what is it? Be Kind,
please be
Rewind.
kind, rewind.
Please,
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
great movie, great movie. Most Def was amazing in that. He was amazing in 16 Blocks. Um, he was amazing in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Like, dude really is a great actor. Like, especially like in those comedic roles, he's like for him to have a movie with Jack Black and they literally neck and neck, that's not easy to do. It's not a lot of people who can go like toe to toe with Jack Black and be at that same level or be just as funny as Jack Black. So for the fact that he was able to do that, like just the fact that he was able to be the comic relief in this movie, and he's not a comedian by far. You know what I'm saying? Dope rapper, but I've never heard him do stand up. You know what I'm saying? I've never really heard him tell a joke. Even if you go back to the Chappelle Show, when he used to be on the Chappelle Show, you know what I'm saying? When he was the dude that had the yellow cake, like hilarious. Like I think that, you know what I'm saying, if he can get back to, I don't know, normalcy in America, he can get back in these movies and have another career, man. But I think that was one of the things that, you know, he did very well.
Yeah, like you said it perfectly, man. Like a lot of people don't know, like most of Yasiel Bey, whatever, you know, he pretty much go by that now. Like he don't live here anymore. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he just had some problems with some, you know, some stuff with America and stuff, and like because him and Talib was talking about, you know, possibly doing a Black Star album, but you know, he was like, you know, Talib is kind of like, okay, let's look at Outkast. Big Boy active, ready to go. Andre is, you know, I'll get to it maybe. You know, we'll see. Like that's what's going on with Black Star right now. Like Talib is ready to go, but he's like, yo, like Yasel's my boy. Whenever he's ready, we'll do it. But until that time, I'm not gonna rush him. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just gonna happen.
That's a great analogy.
And so. You know, but he's one of my favorite. I love Mos Def. I got a thing with like a lot of the times, if you have a great voice, that could really, to me, take you over the top.
Yes,
like you know what I'm saying. Like no homo. Like that's why I love now his rapping style. I love his rapping style. I love everything about him. But what I love about him the most, one of the reasons I put Rakim. Well, Raekwon so high, I love his voice. Like I love his voice.
Yeah, definitely.
And like that,
definitely.
And like that's what
it fit perfectly.
Yeah. And that's what separates him. And like I'm like that with Mos Def. Like I love his voice. But like, yo, he is so funny. Like there's like the scene when he was like, yo, he's like, you want to do something for me? He's like, all right. He was like, yo, he said, take this. He was like, yo, knock out my back seat for me. And so he's like, okay, cool. He's like, how long is it gonna take you to do the back seats? And then he looked at him. He was like, you want me to do the back seat? He was like, yeah. He said, nah, hey, look, if it's too gully for you, man. He was like, man, don't worry about it. He's like, nah, shit, I'm gully. He's like, oh, you gully, huh? He's like, yeah, I'm gully. He's like, yo, you finding the change back there, yo, it's mine. And it was just like, just little shit like that. Like everything he said, like he stole the scene every time, man. Like everything he was in, he was just so funny. And he really don't get the credit, even as a rapper. Like
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? When you talk about New York MCs, people don't really mention Mos Def. Like I mention them.
The only people that mention them are other rappers, and I think that's the only validation he needs. As long as other rappers know who Mos Def is, that's all that matters. Like for me, I think like that. Like when I hear other rappers like do podcasts or talk, anytime they speak about like other guys like that, like they'll mention, you know, Mos Def, they'll mention the Andre 3000, they'll mention the Black Thought from the Roots. You know what I'm saying? Like when they mentioning those guys, like that's how you know like they there. You know what I'm saying? Like even when they talk about Big Pun, if you hear the way they talk about Big Pun, you know like Pun was at that level. So 100%. As long as the rappers is talking about him, to me that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he was just like, dude, he was just so funny, man. Like the one scene where when he was talking to when he finally was talking to Queen Latifah and he was like, yo, I finally figured out about the champagne flute. Well, why they call them champagne flutes and all this little stuff like that. So he's just going on and on and on. And Queen Latifah was like, you know, Chris, you want to go out sometime? He was like, oh yeah. And then she was like, no big deal. He's like, come here, man, I'm a goer. And it was just so fucking funny. He was just snapping his fingers like, I'm a goer. Like, it was just so fucking funny, man. Like, he is just so underrated in this movie, man. And even though he was able to find love, in the end, but it was like this movie, it was just so dope, man. And it's also dope when you see, because this happened in another movie. What movie did it happen? Because in this movie, Boris Kojo and Nicole Parker is married, but they're dating other people in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it happened in another movie where there was a married couple, but both of them was with somebody else. Damn, I can't remember what it was. It happened before in something else, but I just thought that was kind of hilarious how they worked that out. But man, love is complicated, man.
No, we know it's complicated because Reese is a dirtbag. Reese is out here cheating on my man, just cheating on him. How you do Dre like that? This man proposed to you. He gave up his best. He was trying to, you know what I'm saying? He's fighting, worrying about whether or not he gonna be with his best friend. And you cheating on the nigga in the gym?
Richard Lawson.
Get the man, I can't believe that
he was like, man. What he said? He was like, I'm Andre. He was like, Richard. He said Richard. I said Richard Lawson. He sounds educated. He's like, good job.
Man, listen. You know what I'm saying? He putting all these efforts out here, man. You know what I'm saying? He making all the efforts, all kind of efforts, buying stuff he can't afford. You know what I'm saying? Putting Sid to the side. You know what I mean? He ain't even know he second guessed his dream. He didn't even know whether he should quit weak ass Millennium Records. And she out here getting it on, trying to pump some iron. I can't believe her, man. I'm sorry. It made me sick. This was the first time I mean Nicole R.E. Parker.
And what pissed me off about it is she was mad at Sid because Sid gave him the money to start the record label. And she was like, I don't even see him anymore. This motherfucker is out here putting his life on the line. And then, no, you want to talk about a great comparison. I got another great comparison for you. Look, I know this movie shit, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm in this. Another one, like fucking Dre and Cav.
Yeah.
They are Jerry Maguire, you know what I'm saying, and Rod Tidwell. Because both of them quit their job and they had one client. All they had was one client, and they put all of their effort into one client.
That's all they needed.
And then like that, it wasn't a agent, player, and a rapper and manager or whatever. It wasn't that. Like they became friends, and they was really friends. And that's what when I watched it the other day. Obviously, I seen it a long time ago, but like when I watched it the other day, that popped up in my head. I was like, "Yo, this is Jerry Maguire. Like this is Jerry Maguire and Rod Tidwell. Like they took their one client and they did that." But to go back to the cheating thing, is the fact that she's like, he's out all night and he's doing this, he's doing that. Like this motherfucker, he started his own business. Like at this moment, you have to not be selfish and sit back and be like, okay, my husband is trying to kick off his own record label. So I'm going to have to take a step back and, you know what I'm saying? Let him do this. And then once we get back,
be supportive.
Be supportive. And then if this shit rocks, if this shit go off, then it's going to go back to the way things were. But they're just,
and you get all that fancy shit.
Exactly. And it's just like, just her not being supportive and just cheating on him and then trying to say that, you're not around. That's not a good enough excuse. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, this motherfucker's putting out his hard-earned effort and his money and the money that he got to start his business to sit there and take this one rapper that he feels is dope. And this is how much he loves hip-hop. Like, people got to realize why he even left Millennium Records. He left Millennium Records because this ain't the type of music that he wanted to put out.
And he was
And
tired of
when
that
he saw,
bullshit.
and when he saw Cav in the fucking open mic night, he was like, yo, this is what reminds me of why I fell in love with hip hop. So
Yeah.
he's like, I want to get this one guy and I want to take him to the next level and get him on Hot 97. So this could be not only just my moment, but his moment as well. And you so caught up in your own fucking feelings to where you gonna go and cheat on my man while he's trying to, you know what I'm saying, follow his dreams. That's what I thought was bullshit.
Bullshit, man. Just bullshit. She's so damn fine, man. Listen, shout out to the director, man, Rick Famuyiwa, man. Just a bunch of just fine ass black women all through this movie. I mean, goodness gracious. Wow. Just sprinkled them everywhere all throughout the movie. It's just beautiful. But I think this movie was this movie was about relationships. You know what I mean? It was about relationships, you know what I'm saying, with your lovers, your significant partners. It was relationships with your friends. It was relationships with, family, seeing Francine, you know what I'm saying, being cousins and, coming up like they did. It was relationships between, just different people as far as networking. For him to have to go through what he had to do to make sure, Cav got on Hot 97 with Angie Martinez. Like, it's just about a movie really about just relationships. But to me, the most important relationship throughout the whole movie was just him and hip hop. You know what I'm saying? This was the catalyst for the whole movie. This was the reason why really the movie was made. He, to grow up, I can just imagine it, but to grow up and then to hear for the first time a hip hop record, something that you never heard before, that nobody's ever heard before. And, to hear the Sugar Hill Gang for the first time, to hear Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five for the first time, to hear, LL Cool J for the first time, to hear all that, Run DMC, to hear all of them for the first time had to be amazing. And they was here, and for the movie, they was hearing it in real time. So it had to be amazing that this new art form, this new style of music comes out, and they growing with it, and he's actually getting a chance to not only just work in, this space that he loves, but he even gets a chance to create in this space that he loves by having his own label. Be good. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was super, super dope. The fact that, he was working with a label, and then on top of working with a label, he had a chance to, create his own label. And then she was a writer. You know what I'm saying? She loved hip hop just as much as he did. And she was able to write and meet these people and talk about these people and really express how she feels about this, you know what I'm saying, this art form. So to me, I think that was the most important relationship in this movie, was their love of hip hop and then their relationship within and to hip hop.
And I want to stay with hip hop, but I just want to bring up one more thing. Another reason why I hated Reese. One of the main things I hated about Reese was when they went and they were shooting pool, right? And so she brought up the thing of, did we try? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was just like, he was to the point where he was just done with it because he knew, like, the only woman I want to be with is Sid. Like,
right.
Like, like sometimes you probably shouldn't just run. But in this situation, they just weren't meant for each other. But what I hated about her was she was like, well, if we go through with this, that mean I have to take half. No, the fuck you don't. You ain't got to take half.
Yeah, she ain't had nothing to begin with. That's her problem, yeah.
It's like, no. She had money because she was a lawyer.
I mean, not money. I'm talking about as far as, that just having something like, for him, he had hip hop. He had Sid. She didn't really have nothing. I mean, she came from, an affluent family. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, she was a lawyer. She had some money. Cool. but she didn't have anything, no, like she didn't have no culture. She didn't really have that. She didn't really have like no love for nothing. You know what I mean? Like he had love for shit. Like he had, when he talking about hip hop, like just the way that he, talk about hip hop. Like you said, when he was talking about, I ain't ate a hot dog since I've been with this girl. You know what I'm saying? I remember back when I used to just eat, come out and get a hot dog and just, just live life. Like he had that. She didn't have stuff like that. So that's what I mean. Like when I say she didn't have nothing, like she just didn't have no, no sense of self. Like she was just this stuck up chick.
Oh yeah. And then but the state of music was just like how dedicated, Dre was, with Cav. Like I love the one scene when they were sitting at Hot 97 and he was talking about how he was thinking about Sid, and he was like, yo, you punked out. And then like he had said something to him, and he said something about being gay or something, and then he got up and he sat in the other chair and they tapped the dude like, I don't know him, man. He was like, it was just so fucking funny. But when he kind of punked out the first time he met with that one girl to give her the demo CD. Mm-hmm. But then he came back and he was like, yo, I know y'all play a new song. Well, y'all put a new song in rotation on Angie's show every week. He was like, so I'm going to come here every week until y'all put the song in rotation every week. So it was just like when you got one client and you got one person and like both of you are putting y'all careers in each other's hands. So you can't take no shit like that lightly. Like that's just something that's, you both like, that's really a testament of like even when it comes to this podcast, like I feel like that's like a testament that we have in each other because we both feel like, yo, we got, an opportunity to be great. And we're both putting, our quote unquote careers in each other's hands. And like that was the type of relationship that him and Cav had. Was like Cav was like, yo, I like now, granted, he told him when he came up to him at the taxi place, he was like, yo, you came to me. I didn't go to Millennium Records. Because he knew right off the jump, Millennium Records is not where I want to be, but I feel like you got the potential to be something, but I just could not go to you while you was at Millennium Records. Right. So to put your career, and then people got to understand, like 2002, there ain't no SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? None of that type shit. This is where, this is what CDs was passed out, and this is when radio play was a big thing. Like you really needed radio play.
Hey, YouTube wasn't even out yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was so. I was still in high school. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, doing people in on the field. So. So it's just like there wasn't that type of avenue. So it was like to be, especially in New York, like to be played on Hot 97 was the shit. That was like
the move.
Yeah,
it wasn't no Breakfast Club yet either.
But no. But you remember while they were sitting in the weight room? Yeah, I'm saying the whole his mind came on.
He was looking up like, you believe this shit?
He was like, hey. He was like, unfucking believable, yo. He dropped this whole little thing. And it was like, man, he's like, I know she a hoe, but she my hoe. The hoe is mine.
That shit is stupid, that shit is stupid.
You know what it is? It's so stupid. It's just like your movie.
Velociraptor. It's so bad it's good. It's so bad it's good.
It's so bad it's good. And it's like you kind of want to hear the song for real. Like, man, how do it end?
That's horrible, man. That's horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this movie was, to be put together the way it did in 2002, couldn't have came out at a more perfect time. You know what I'm saying? Best Man was one of those movies. The Wood was out. Oh my goodness. It was so many of these type of movies. You know what I'm saying? Like this was kind of like, in a sense, like a great time for,
Love Jones.
Yeah, it was a great time for Black movies to be out, especially with, this type of cast. and to talk about the type of stories that we had, like, you know, that was dope. And then the soundtrack for it was even better. You know,
Oh,
you had
soundtrack was dope.
Erica Badu, Common, you had the Roots, um,
Most Def.
Wu, yeah, Most Def, Wu Tang was on there. Like, yo, this was a great, you know, this was just all together just a great project. And it's not too many movies that have those, you know, those soundtracks that complete the movie. We usually don't get that. So, you know what I'm saying, for this movie to be as good as it was, for the soundtrack to be as good as it was, I think the director and the writers, they did a great job. Um, can we just go ahead and get into Fire Flames?
Yeah, man, we can get into it, man. Love of
All right,
my
man.
life. Oh man, I love
Let's
this song.
do it, man. It's Fire Flame time, man.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
That's right, man. It's Fire Flame time. You
It's
want to
on
take
me.
this one?
It's on me.
Okay,
It's on me,
okay.
man. Dude, if I didn't say it enough, dude, love of my life. Oh my God, but I love that, man.
Fire.
That's
Complete
it's.
fire.
But you know what though? Now, other side of the game is like that is my favorite Erica Badu song that
What?
she has.
What?
Yes, other side of the game, dude. Because the concept of it was so dope. Like, what is it like for the other person that's dating the drug dealer, yo? Like that shit was so
I
fucking
feel
dope,
you.
man.
But have you ever heard Green Eyes?
It was good. It was cool, but like for me, it goes. If I give you a quick top three, is Other
Okay.
Side of the Game, Love of My Life, and uh uh Didn't You Know?
Okay,
Oh
okay.
man,
Mine is mine would be Green Eyes, then it would be Yayo, and then it would be um Apple Tree.
Apple Tree was dope. Apple Tree was dope.
Apple Tree was fire.
But but man, this
Real
movie.
quick though,
Oh,
Green Eyes was so fire, bro. And the reason I love it is because she got the ragtime playing while she's singing it, right? And then she
mhm.
flip it and bring it into a modern R&B, and then she flip it again and take it into like smooth jazz. It's just it's so much complexity to that track. It's crazy. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. Like it was, man. This movie was such a dope movie, and to intersect hip hop into a love story. Because, like I said in the beginning, like the whole movie, she's narrating her book. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, that she wrote of when the first time she fell in love with hip hop,
Yeah.
and so like it's a double entendre because she's talking about the actual music hip hop, but
Yep.
she's also talking about Drake. Because when she fell in love with hip hop was the exact same day she fell in love with Drake. When she seen him when the breakdancing and Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh and all of them is in the rapping, and she was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Yo, this is dope," and this boy is dope too. So there was a really, really great concept of how they put the movie together. I thought the cast was on point. Also, they gave you, you know what I'm saying, like how record labels was fucking people over,
Yep.
and how Simon, which was played by Wendell Pierce, like he's like, yo, I want shit that sell. He was like a white, black rapper together, and they call himself the Hip Hop Dalmatians, like that's gonna sell. And that just tells you, like, you got Cab over here, a hardcore, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
rapper that's
Yeah.
gonna give you that heat, but they want catchy dude over here, and because he's a white
Mm-hmm.
guy, it's gonna bring
The
the
whole
white
is
audience.
mine.
Yeah, the whole is mine. You know what I'm saying? We playing off Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. Like,
Yeah.
so like it shows you like that bullshit that the music industry gives you at the
Yeah.
same time. So and then like he was like, I don't wanna, and then Dre was also in that mind state of I wanna, take an artist like Cav and like I don't wanna fuck him on a deal.
Right.
And because he was like he knew, because him and Sid was having a conversation one day, and Sid was like, he said, I'm 10%. He's like, all right, 20. And she looked at him. It's like, okay, 50, but you get my point. So
Yeah.
it gives you the real of the music industry. It gives you the real of friendship. It gives you the real of, you know what I'm saying, relationships and all this type stuff like that. So I thought that was very, very dope. This movie is, I give it very high regard, man, and I'm gonna give it a 4.5 Fire Flame, man.
Nice. For me, I think that the cast was, you know what I'm saying, the centerpiece for the whole movie, of course. You know me, I'm huge on that cast, man. The cast makes everything what it is. So the cast was amazing. Big names, great cameos. The story itself was amazing as well. To have two people, you know what I'm saying, like you said, it's being told from her book, but this is really just a story about two people in two different perspectives on, you know what I'm saying, not just love of one another, but like you said, the love of hip hop. Like, and then shout out to the writers and you know everything for that, for, you know, sending a salute to Common for making her name of the book I Used to Love Him. You know what I'm saying? Which is a, you know what I'm saying, flip on a Common song, I Used to Love Her. So, you know what I'm saying? It was very, you don't really find too many movies to where it's for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then not only for us, but actually by us. And this is one of those movies where it was 100% FUBU. You could tell it was 100% FUBU. Like, you know what I'm saying, the way that Tay Diggs portrayed this character, like not liking these two whack ass rappers, you know what I'm saying, and really going to find somebody who really had bars, you know what I'm saying, or having, you know what I'm saying, somebody like Sanaa Lathan who, you know what I'm saying, she didn't have to show her ass and titties on the goddamn screen. She could actually show some intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, we actually getting a chance to see ourselves in a super dope light. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, this movie is one of those movies that embodies that whole thing, as well as adding in, you know what I'm saying, the hip hop element into it, which is basically, you know what I'm saying, our culture. So for me, I'm not gonna go as high as you did. I'm not gonna go 4.5. I'm gonna go 4. And the only reason I'm gonna go 4 is because I still am mad at Nicole Ari Parker's character. That's it. That's it, man. That's the only reason I'm pissed off, man.
Yeah, man, but like, you know, I get it. I get it, man. But she was definitely the I was the bad guy in this movie. She definitely was.
She's
man,
still fine though. Don't get me wrong. She's still fine.
Oh, she's still fine. Like that ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
like even still, like she's like 50 and still.
I was mad, but I was still looking.
Yeah, and you know, I was mostly mad. You know what? It wasn't even really like, you know, being an adult, like being 36 now. It ain't even really the fact that she cheated on him. It's the fact of she just didn't believe in him and didn't believe in his dream.
You know
and
what's
like
funny
that,
though? Had it been anybody else except Nicole Ari Parker, you'd have never said that. That's how fine she is.
no, you know what? But the thing is, look, I was telling somebody the other day. No, it was Candace. I was telling Candace when we did that podcast. I was like, shit, I know what it feels like. I've been cheated on, but I was like, but then you got to think, Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, you know, and then like my guy Ebro say, yo, people cheat on people every day, B. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's like I hated that she cheated on him, but like at the same time, it was like this man had a vision. He had a dream.
But see, listen, yeah, Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, but Jay-Z is like, he was at that point to where he was a multi-millionaire, so he had the options, right? As a regular dude, if you was with Beyonce, you not cheating on Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Beyonce cheat on you gonna find an excuse, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you was stressed out. Maybe I wasn't doing something for you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I messed up. You know what I'm saying?
You put the whole story.
Yeah, Nicole Ari Parker cheat on you. You questioning what you did. What the hell did I do to piss this woman off? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of
Hey,
shit you
man,
want. Like, you know what I'm saying? You cheat on her. Nah, you're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? You're not cheating on Nicole
that's
Ari Parker,
funny.
man. Now,
Oh man.
if you fall into 100 million something, you get some options. Yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But nah, if you just a regular dude, you're not doing that, man.
Okay. One thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the ending. Before we get to the coming soon.
Okay.
Do you think I personally don't think it was cheesy. I thought it was great writing. Do you think the ending was cheesy when Sid was on with Angie Martinez and she's
Hmm.
talking about the book and she was like, it's called I Used to Love Him, I Still Do, and all this little stuff like that. And then he just happened to be caller 5
Yeah.
and he's on his way down there with Cav
Hey, man,
and he has the thing.
listen. That's what rom coms do, man. This one that scene wasn't for us. That scene was for the women, so they could be like, "Oh, that was their moment." So, hey, I think that ending should have definitely been there, man. You're supposed to have that moment in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're supposed to be like. Man, what? That shit cheesy, blah, blah. And then now we all, you know what I'm saying? That's when you and your woman break out, had a conversation about the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the type of moments we need in those movies. You know what I'm saying? We laugh at certain stuff in the movie. They be like, what's so funny? You know what I'm saying? Like this is the type of movie, it ain't gonna start no arguments, but it's definitely gonna have you and your lady talking about, you know what I'm saying, certain stuff and you know what I'm saying, especially about the movie. You know what I'm saying? Y'all having those type of conversations. Like I think that this was a great movie to watch with your, you know what I'm saying, your better half. And not only that, man, like just, those moments in the movies, like the cheesy ending, you know what I'm saying, the funny parts from Most Def. You know what I'm saying, him finding out about the cheating, her getting proposed to, you know what I'm saying, the wedding with her and her cousin fighting, like all of those things, him quitting and then, leaving them two bozos alone, like those type of things are the, you know what I'm saying, the conversations that, because they say, we talk a lot during movies, but we, when you at the house, you watching this, those some of the things that come up when you talking to your lady or you talking to your, other significant other. Y'all talk to each other about those things and y'all have those conversations. So I think those moments needed to be in the movie.
And then Cav finally get played on Hot 97. So that was dope.
Hey
That
man,
was dope.
that's how you go out with a dope ass
Yes,
Most
sir.
Def track.
Yes, sir, man. So, man, coming soon, man. So you said you don't even want to leave us in the bag, man. We just gonna go
Nah,
ahead and
man.
tell them.
We
You know
just
what?
listen. It's too dope. It's too dope to do all that, man. Listen, this. I'm gonna let you take it. I'm gonna let you start off with this one because this your lane right here, bro.
Oh man, it's definitely my lane, man. I've been. I think the first time I heard of the great Fred Hampton, man, we're doing
Yeah,
Judas of the Black Messiah next, man.
that's
So this
right.
is gonna give people opportunity to just look, watch it because it's
Hmm.
coming. You know what I'm saying? The next episode is Judas of the Black Messiah. I've been looking forward to this movie for like 12, 13 years, man. Since I first heard of him, I was like, I would love to see this played out. My only problem is this is one of those situations where you watching not necessarily Selma, but if you're watching, Malcolm X or something like
Hmm.
that, like you know what's gonna happen. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and I told somebody on my route today, I was like, I wonder, am I gonna cry if they show Fred Hampton
Hey,
dying in this movie?
no, for
Cause
real though.
like,
For real though. I'm
because
with you
like,
on that.
because when you know the story of what happened to him, and if they visually show that, like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, it's gonna be really tough, man. But like this movie, man, I'm so like I'm so ecstatic right now, man, because it's just I'm so passionate about this guy to where it's like and you heard the interview.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Now, okay, I'm getting them mixed up. Now I don't remember. It might have been Van. When Van said when he was talking to Daniel and said, "How do you feel that this is going to be a lot of people's first opportunity even hearing, even
Yeah,
knowing
that
who
was a
Fred
state.
Hampton
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Like, how does it feel playing that part? And it's like today, I even feel like, you know how you are a fan of a team, right? That's not good for a minute, and then they get good, and then you see how these fans jump out the woodworks. You're like, yo,
You
I've
know,
been
I
here
know
from the
what that.
beginning.
No, you know, I know what it feels like. I'm a Browns fan. You know exactly how I
Oh
feel.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know
y'all
exactly
came
how
up
I
this
feel.
year.
Yeah. I
Like
know exactly how that feel.
that's how I feel right now. It's like now
Yeah,
people gonna be going around talking about Fred. It's like, yo, I've been talking about Fred
yeah.
since goddamn
You just did it.
2007 about this bitch.
You just did a. Did you just do 28 minutes or less on him?
Yeah, I just did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, the last 28
Yeah,
minutes or less. I did on Fred Hampton. Um,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I just think his story, man, to only be 21 years old, my God, 21,
Yeah,
and to have the impact on the world that he had just
it's
at
amazing.
that short amount of time. And people just don't realize like how great he was, and like if he never would have got assassinated, like this dude would have been. I think he would have done more than what now. And
A
this is
lot
no
more. A
disrespect.
lot
Look,
more.
this is no disrespect when I say this. And I hope he rest in peace, rest in power. This is nothing against Congressman John Lewis, but I think he would have been able to do
Yeah.
more than
Way
what
more,
John
man.
Lewis was able to do.
Way
And I
more, man.
use him
Listen,
because, oh, go ahead.
Huey Newton. I'm sorry, Dr. Huey Newton. Bobby Seale, Chairman Fred. Those men, man, like those were three men, right? But we have to realize, like, they weren't older. They were, like you said, 21, 20, maybe 24 at the most. These were young men. You know what I'm saying? Like they started this shit on on a college campus. You know what I'm saying? They was standing up to, you know what I'm saying, injustice at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So to see, to see and to read, because I knew about Fred Hampton. You know what I'm saying? I knew about, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Huey Newton. I knew about Bobby Seale. I had, so my mom always taught me about them. Like that's those one of the first people I grew up knowing about, aside from Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom always made sure I knew about, you know what I'm saying, our radical history. So to me, when I hear those names, like the only thing that I could think of is revolution. The only thing that I could think of is, people who really put their life on the line to make sure that we had progress in this country. And for the better part, not just for us. You know what I'm saying? Our progress is going to lead to progress for everybody else who were also, who are also being held back and who are also, I'm not going to say in our shoes, but, who are also facing some of the difficulties that we were facing. And I feel like the whole COINTELPRO situation, and that's a conversation I cannot wait to get into when we do this episode. I'm telling you, this COINTELPRO conversation, man, like just the fact that we know for sure for fact that the government conspired against a group of people who all they wanted was equality, equity, and a chance to be put in the same situations that everybody else was put in. That's all they wanted. And they were deemed and tagged as domestic terrorists. They was deemed and tagged as radical revolutionaries who should be shot down on sight. Like it's crazy, man. But the work that Fred Hampton has done, man, the work that his son continues to do is amazing. Like to me, I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think that had he still been alive, we would have never lost the Panthers. I think that he would eventually took the Panthers over. He'd have been the face of the Panthers, and I think things would have been totally different. I think we'd probably had we'd have probably had a lot more progress than what we have now, had he still been alive.
Yes, sir, man. And like he said, I did it. I used to could do it really well. I did it on the podcast. I messed it up like twice. But like,
Yeah,
man, like this one speech he did, he was like, power Power is the ability to define the phenomena and make it act in a designed manner. Power is
Yeah.
the ability to find phenomena and make it act in a designed manner. And he was like, he said, the first thing we gotta do is gotta get organized. He was like, get organized. He said, when a pig walks up to you or a pig get a job with the people, he was like, you be so organized, you know so many revolutionary tactics. He was like, you be prepared. So he said, when the pig walks up to you, that pig is wrong, you blow him away, and then you have made that pig act in a designed manner. Now that dude, man, that's my
Hey
guy,
man.
man. Like, man, fuck all the
Hey man.
bullshit, man. Fred is the
Hey,
man, man.
that's a
He's the
fact.
man. And
That's a fact, man.
like he said, man, you can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution.
That's a fact. That is a fact, man. So y'all stay tuned for that one, man. I'm telling you, I cannot wait for this one. This one is right up my alley. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This one is right up my alley, bro. Like, and then I think the most interesting thing about this movie too, before we get off of this though, but the most interesting thing about this movie too is, and I told you this off air, Lakeith Stanfield, the character that I forgot what the character's name is that he plays, but it's the dude who's basically he infiltrates um
Yeah,
he infiltrates Chairman Fred's chapter, and basically, you know what I'm saying, he's the one to
he's the
let the
mole.
FBI in and everything. Yeah. And I think that for Lakeith Stanfield to have to play this role, you know, he said it himself in that interview as well, though. He said that Fred Hampton Jr. was in this. You know, he's not in it, but he's involved in the family. He's closely involved in it. And he said that one of the things he had to do, and he told them that he was going to do it, but one of the things he had to do was stay away from them, just so he can get in the character, just so he can, you know, like really get in there and really play this character. And I thought that was, you know, I thought that was super dope, man. Y'all keep an eye out for Lakeith Stanfield too, man. He's been doing some amazing work. But I'm telling you, Judas and the Black Messiah is out today. It's on HBO Max, out in theaters, man. Y'all go see it. Make sure we run that up the same way we did Black Panther. I don't care if you gotta wait for 6 people to get out the movies, time them, and then you go in right after they get out. Make sure we run this one up. We need to make sure we get this right on par or better than Black Panther, bro. We need to definitely do that. But that's it.
That's it, man. That's all I got, man. We'll save the
Yeah,
rest of
man.
it for the
Yeah,
pod, man.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. You can hit me up on social media at Scoots Bronson on Twitter, Scoots Bronson _TV on Instagram, Scoots Bronson TV on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always listen to this on all podcast platforms. If you're listening to this, you can watch this on YouTube. But make sure you guys are hitting those subscribe buttons. Make sure you're hitting that like button on YouTube. Make sure you're hitting that rating on those podcast platforms, whichever ones are available. And of course, man, make sure, you know what I'm saying, you go on Facebook, add yourself, hit that request button for the Yours Anonymous Podcast Watch Group. We're trying to grow this audience, man. We're trying to get as many people as we can to be a part of it. We want to have an interactive fan base. We want to have an interactive audience. That way, man, we can get a lot of stuff popping. We can start getting the movies that you guys want to hear specifically. We'll start doing polls. We're trying to get some watch parties going. We're trying to do a lot of stuff with you guys. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, if you're listening, you added yourself. If not, go add yourself. VA Podcast Watch Group. It's a public group, so only thing you got to do is request, and then you in there, man. That's it. That's all. And then last but not least, check me out tomorrow, man. I'll be back here on Scoots Bronson TV, YouTube. We'll be doing Isolated Society. I'm gonna try to find some more people, but if not, if I got to do it myself, I will. But I got some stuff to talk about, man. Sports talk. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get busy. That's all I got.
Yes, sir, man. Looking forward to that, man. You know, like you said, you brought it up, man. Like, please, you know, if y'all people are interested, go check out the last 28 minutes or less podcast, man.
Yes.
You know, episode 35. I did a podcast on Fred Hampton. You know, so I talked about Fred and the Black Panthers and how they are perceived in America and even outside the country, how they try to portray them. But, you know, so I give a little bit of background there. So go check out 28 minutes or less. Also, that's on all major platforms as well. And on YouTube, it is the Stolen Time Podcast Network if you want to watch it. So I got video and audio of the 28 minutes or less. And I spoke on it earlier, man. Go check out the Stolen Time Podcast. Just did the 200th episode. I was gracious enough to have Scoots, Jamar, Sinclair, and Casey all on the same podcast, man. It was a blast doing it, man. I had so much fun. So please go check out that episode. It's on all major platforms. All the links to, he said, like, you can go either to the VA podcast watch group page. You can go to the Stolen Time Podcast, S.Foster8 on Instagram and Twitter, and the Stolen Time Pod on Instagram. So appreciate everybody's support, man. I appreciate everybody for listening.
Yeah, man, we definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in, watching, listening, all that, man. Real quick, man, I do want to shout out, Uncle Washington, congratulations to, you and S. Dot, man, to you as well. Congratulations on that 200, bro. Y'all, made, I don't want to say I made history because it ain't over yet, but y'all have definitely carved a lane, man, in podcasting, and y'all have made some memorable moments in this podcast community, bro. And I appreciate you guys for letting me be a part of those or some of those moments. And I'm looking forward to the next 200, man. But congratulations, bro. I just wanted to, let you know, man. I'm happy for y'all, man. Proud of y'all.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. And with that said, man, like they say in Hollywood, it's a wrap.
Cut.